My name is Tom Snyder. I lead a local nonprofit organization called Riot that's focused on economic development in the areas of emerging technology. And we're going to hear about a lot of technologies today, which is great. But the purpose isn't really about technology. It's about creating connected communities. And for those who've been to this event before, in the past, we called this the Smart City Summit. And this is an event that has been brought on for a number of years now as a collaboration from the public sector, from the City of Raleigh, from Town of Cary, from other collaborators, from the academic sector with NC State kind of helping to lead and drive a lot of those efforts, and then from our private industry, nonprofits, other organizations. And in a moment, I'm going to ask some of the leaders from these different areas to come up and give some opening remarks. But I think what is significant this year is this rebranding from a Smart Cities Summit, which had a much more kind of technology-centered focus, to this concept of connected communities. The things that are meaningful in our lives tend to not necessarily stop at a jurisdictional boundary or only happen in something that we think of as a city, right? We spend a lot of time in smaller towns and communities. We have traffic that's crossing county lines. We have stormwater that's crossing, city boundaries. There are things that are really about being connected as a community, and as we can leverage new technologies in really smart ways, we can improve the quality of life and the quality of community that we live in. And those of you in the audience that are from this area know that we have a lot of advantages through the leadership that we have seen in a number of the municipalities and counties and others here in this area, and being kind of forward-thinking about technology. That doesn't mean in any sense that this is done. There's a lot more to try to experiment with, but this is a region from which there's been a lot of kind of embracing of change as the region grows, and we need new solutions to kind of manage that growth, and as we want to continue to have kind of this work and live and play interaction in everything that we do. So really excited today to have an event that I kind of chuckled when I looked at the theme of the event on the website. It includes digital inclusion, transportation, mobility, pandemic response, data, AI. That doesn't really sound like a theme. That sounds like a whole hodgepodge of different topics. But the reality is, when you think about a Smart City Summit, you might think about a particular technology necessary in a city. When you think about a connected community, it really is all of these different things kind of merging together. And so I hope that as we go through the day today, and we're going to hear from some incredible speakers from the public sector, from the private sector, from big industry, from startups, you'll recognize that there's kind of an interconnected thread through all of these things. So as we begin, we do have a few folks that have been instrumental in the leadership in public sector and private sector and academics that I'd like to ask to come forward, give a couple of opening remarks before we get to our keynote speaker. And we'll start with a true innovator and longtime leader here in the city of Raleigh, Mayor Mary Ann Baldwin.
Welcome, everybody. I don't look anything like that photo anymore. Damn COVID. COVID hair, COVID weight, what can I tell you? But I will say, one of the first conferences I came to when I was elected mayor was this. And it's 2 years ago, and we haven't gathered since. So this day feels really good. First, I want to just welcome all of you and thank you for being here and thank you for being part of this. We have representatives from municipalities, industries, businesses, and academics gathered for this event. I do want to say the work of everyone here is really important. One of the things I discovered during Innovate Raleigh is that sharing ideas and engaging in partnerships, you can make things happen. And that's what we're going to do here today. Our schools, workplaces, transportation, homes, all rely on technology. And we sure figured that out during the past 2 years. We also saw our shortcomings. We realized that we need to focus on equity. And those are the things that I'm hoping that we can talk about today. As I look out the group, I'm reassured that we were all up to the task, right? Okay, I like the head nods. I want to thank the City of Raleigh, the Convention Center, Riot, North Carolina State University, the town of Cary for sponsoring this and helping to facilitate these meaningful discussions we're going to have today. In addition, I want to thank all the partner agencies, presenters, and attendees for bringing your ideas forward. And I'm going to ask you something. So I parked over on Fayetteville Street today, and I was using the app to pay. It took me about 20 minutes to get the app to work. What's up with that? It's like, I'm going to a technology conference and I can't get technology to work. So maybe there's something to that. We can have a great discovery today. But anyhow, I want to now introduce someone who has been instrumental representing NC State, our great partner. Kevin, you want to come up? Here's the Vice Chancellor of, he's got the longest title ever. Vice Chancellor of External Affairs, Partnerships, and Economic Development. I was teasing him and I said, is that all you do? So thank you, Kevin, for being here today. Thank you, all of you. And I hand this over.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate everything. Thank you, Mayor, and good morning to all of you, and welcome to the 5th Annual Connected Communities Conference. And I want to thank you all for joining us today. NC State is proud to be based here in Raleigh within North Carolina's Research Triangle region. As a STEM powerhouse, the university spends $500 million annually on research and ranks 6th in the nation for industry-funded research. And we are a leader in applied learning. This year, NC State ranked #1 in the Southeast and #15 in the nation for both undergraduate and graduate entrepreneurship programs, according to the Princeton Review. Consistent with our founding mission, NC State believes the knowledge should be shared and applied for the greater good. We know that innovation is a team sport. Together, NC State and our communities are tackling challenges to make this region more resilient and better connected. For example, we are one of only 3 cities in the country outside of New York and Salt Lake City to host an advanced wireless test bed, led by NC State with sites across Raleigh and the city of Cary. We are to create a faster and more reliable wireless network for all of our citizens. Over the last year, NC State has announced several exciting research initiatives like developing AI tools for advancing learning, improving phosphorus sustainability, and ensuring data science is for everyone through our new Data Science Academy. Today, you will hear more from local and national leaders about ways to get engaged in making our region even more innovative and connected. Now it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce you to the City of Raleigh's CIO, Sindhu Menon. Sindhu? Oops. Forgot to put that on.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Vice Chancellor. Good morning to everyone. It is a great pleasure to be here today. As a new CIO, I'm still learning the lay of the land, but as the Vice Chancellor said, this is the 5th year that we are conducting this event. And as a technology leader in the region, it is a great honor to be here today. Tom referenced that technology and innovation is no longer silos. It is now more of a horizontal. It is ingrained in all the services that we provide as a city. And I think for the businesses also, with the pandemic, there has been a pivot where everyone had to, in some form or fashion, digitally transform. There are great sessions planned today, which will focus on some of the key things in terms of innovation, connectivity, affordability, accessibility. So I'm looking forward to those, and I welcome you all, and look forward to your participation in making this a great, successful event. Thank you, and welcome.